G'day. Today we're doing a service and a repair on a VF Commodore 3.6 litre. Now I've just had it out on a test run. There's a funny noise between the 3/4 shift. Sort of goes upshifting and downshifting in all the other gears, no noise. And another thing I noticed, the sports shift occasionally, if you take off with the sports shift on, it will upshift as normal, and other times it'll actually operate like you've got it in drive. Now on these 6L50 transmissions, they have a little pressure switch plate and a filter plate in the mechatronics there. You've also got the range sensor here. So we'll just whiz that off. Because it was taking off like it was in drive, I'd say there's probably a bit of contamination on top of that range sensor there. And you'll need a E+11 to get that one off. There's a little special head on it if you have a look. And that bolt there, and you just need to press this little tang here and pull that plug out. You can see all that fine metal in there, so sometimes it can play up because of that fine metal, and sometimes you need to replace the whole thing. That little clip just slides over onto the valve body. Okay, we've got the range sensor there, and you can see the little slide inside. And what you can do is just pop these little clips off here carefully. Sometimes the plastic's a little bit brittle, and just open this up and then give it a good flush. Carefully so you don't break them. When you're doing things like this, it's good to sort of lean your hand up against something so it doesn't, when it does go, you don't actually crack it off. There we go. And there you can see all that rubbish in there, and you can see that little slide there slides it along. So we'll just flush that out and it just clips back together quite easily. Now with something that's non-scratchy, you can clean those little contacts there, and I've done that. And I'm just going to bend these out a little bit, just so it's pressing a little bit harder on there. I can feel one of them's a little bit softer, this one, than the other two. All nice and clean. You can see how much muck come out of it. And that just sits in there like that. And we just clip it back together. Fully reconditioned, ready to rock and roll. You just push the plug in first, and then this little clip just slides over the top of the valve body there. We'll put that in after. Goes up that way. That's it. It just holds there, and the two bolts go back in there. And you make sure you align this bit up as well. Pan's all nice and clean. As per usual, we like to leave the magnet up on the ridge if we can, just to get it working top and bottom. More surface area working, the cleaner you'll keep your transmission. The pan seals are reusable on these, but because it's been on there for a while, sometimes these little ridges can flatten out and cause leaking issues down the track. We're going to replace this one. The little seal that goes into the pump there, if they are difficult to remove, and be careful that you don't damage anything when you're getting it out, there is a special tool that goes in there and you just slide hammer it out. But if there's enough tension and pliability in the rubber there, it's okay to just replace the filter. Make sure you, when you're pushing the filter up, it goes all the way in. Okay, we've got the filter back in, cleaned the pan, magnet, and we're on about, we're just letting it warm up. It's got to be between 30 and 50 degrees. It's even written on the pan there. Dextron 6 or your full synthetic low viscosity fluid equivalent, and it should be just weeping out of here. It still hasn't come up to 30 degrees, so we'll just wait for it to get to 30, and that's what you want, just a thin stream coming through there. We're on 30. So you just want a thin stream like that. And because it's at 30 and not 50 degrees, this will be at the upper end of the oil level when that oil expands. Now while we've got it up on the hoist, good idea to check your diff, check all the diff bushes, your CVs, all your little hoses and cables underneath, the little rubber boots, that they're not ripped. Exhaust leaks, you can see this one's pretty rusty, so it's either been parked on grass, tall grass for a while, or it's from near the ocean. And check for any oil leaks. Anyway, I hope that's helped. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave any comments or questions in the section below. And don't forget to throw me a beer if any of this information helps or saves you a few dollars. Thank you for watching.